welcome to Wake Up at the Consciousness Cafe on Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Lisa Ferraro, and this program is a product of SoulCall Ministries. You can find out more about us at soulcallministries.org. I am so excited because this lovely, beautiful human who has joined me today is none other than Lynn Floyd, a world-renowned recording artist and one of the best friends I've ever had. Gary, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be with you this morning, Lisa.
Yeah.
For inviting me.
It's so much fun to get to see you. We had to cancel a couple of the Circle of Love gatherings where we get to co-create music. And a couple Sundays ago, I was talking about quantum fields, and you and I love to talk about energy and what music can do in that field. And so the wake-up call today is mostly about what inspires you and how you participate with that in your co-creation process with the beautiful music in your presence. First of all, before you even open your mouth, this presence that just comes from you, it's so natural. What inspires you? What is your reset, your soul call?
Oh, wow. I read a lot of books. Books inspire me a lot. And during this time that we are in quarantine, I have found myself just giving myself the opportunity to slow down a little bit more, to listen more. I find that you don't realize how busy and kind of on the go you are until you have to slow down, and then I realize how much time I spent driving. And although I love being on the road and driving because it gives me a chance to just have my alone time, and I'm mostly an introvert, but am extroverted as well because I get out and sing and love to share music. But I just think that it's a challenge to be a timeless being in a physical body, and to embrace the principles of what that means to be infinite, but also to have the limitations of being in a body. And that just all comes to mind when I slow down and, just kind of have the opportunity to sit still a little bit more, and just look for the inspiration there.
It's so interesting. Like many performers who perform at a high level and with a consistency that you do, recharge their batteries as an introvert would. Another way that I like to look at it like this is like you're an egoless being. When you do show up and you're mixing with people, it seems like you're one of the introverts who isn't shy about being present. And if you're going to be present, you want to be present in a particular way. So like finding that balance, you don't know how to halfway it. You don't just sit and talk about the weather, unless it's that comes through in your music. You don't strike me as how some people, I know we've both done songwriting and we've had to write for specific things, but you know how there are like these formulas in writing?
Yeah.
You tap into something else when you write. When did you first learn you could hear the music of the spheres in a different way and pull it through, like distill it, I think I would say, like the distillation process that still keeps it clear?
Well, I wrote my first song when I was 14.
Wow.
And I was at a summer camp, and had met a lot of great people that week. And so at the end of the week, it's a song called Friends. And it was just a song about, the friendships that we had established that week. And if I don't see you again, just know that, I'll always be a friend. And realized then somehow I heard the music come through, and then expressed it with the lyric, and just the power of that moment of being able to, because a lot of times I have difficulty expressing myself. And so a lot of times through my life, I've done that through my music. And just it's a great way for me to communicate. But that was the first time that I really felt it, just this powerful moment where people were uh, crying and feeling these emotions, and just the power of music to do that was palpable.
Yeah. So I've also been in the room with you, singing, harmonizing, creating that field of energy. There's a certain level of mastery when you start dancing with the energy of the field. We both set up speakers with this music, but go ahead, you're going to say.
I was just going to say that I think it's the one of the reasons I'm drawn so much to music is it allows me the opportunity to just be present in the moment. And, you know, if you really dive into the music, there's not much more that you can be thinking about,
Right.
but just the present moment and the awareness of that. And so I think that's why I've always been drawn to music, because it's just a continuous practice for me
Yeah.
to stay grounded and in the moment.
Yeah. And the listening to the calling of your soul as music and then sharing it is one thing, but then sharing it with a degree of non-attachment that you do. You just kind of offer it in a beautiful way. It just kind of floats. I've watched this happen. It comes out like light almost. And people are affected because there's no energy to even dance with. It's kind of I like to use the term, it's sort of porous in nature. It's not coming at you. Can you speak to, we've had these conversations backstage and watching different artists perform or do what they do. That word is always funny to us because when you're doing spiritual work, it's not a performance, even though it looks like that sometimes. It's more of a getting out of the way and letting the divine friend come through and do what it can
Mm-hmm.
without us getting in the way. But then watching how when you send a message out without an intention, can you speak to that? It's not like you're trying to make something happen. You're just, remember how we just talk about, we just offer it up and it hits people where they do.
Exactly. I just try to stay open in those moments and make contact with people. Um, it's the communication between me and people that um, is really one of the most important things for me. And I get ribbed sometimes because I have people who will say, "Oh, you were singing right to me," you know.
Yeah.
And I've gotten, I wouldn't say made fun of, but just ribbed a little bit of, "Oh yeah, you were like singing right to me." But the thing is, from my perspective, if I am looking at you, then I'm singing right to you. And it's that communication and that just that openness, uh, that not only that we give out, but that we get back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we, and you're right, with spiritual music, it's interesting because a lot of times it may look like a performance, but it really doesn't feel like one. It feels more like an exchange of energy,
Yeah.
and so important to, as important to put it out as to get it back.
Yeah.
And that exchange is pretty great.
I know right now, as we're navigating through this global pandemic, our lives have certainly shifted in terms of performances being canceled. And in some ways, I think we're busier than we were before. I could speak for myself, not only just launching this ministry I've envisioned for decades now, but calls to do music for certain things. Um, I know you were in a couple places at one time last week. You were with us a couple times. We use your music on Sundays, and we thank you for sharing that opportunity.
Pleasure.
And you also participate with us this evening. It's going to be 7:00 p.m. for soul sessions, weaving some of the beautiful music, like Spirit's Prayer. And can you give us some little sample of one of your songs?
Oh, yeah.
Anything?
I'm actually set up here at the piano because of that. I just kind of have a little space here where if I need to play a song or if I'm doing a Zoom service or anything else, so it's kind of easy. So I have it kind of.
You definitely.
I just happen to have my keyboard right here.
Just happening. Yeah. Thanks for bringing it.
I wasn't totally sure you were going to ask me to play something, but do you have anything in particular, or I just I'll just play Spirit's Prayer. I love
Yeah, that's the one I had in my head.
Robin Hackett and I wrote this song when I was on the music team at CSL Dallas, and we went in one afternoon. It's the first time that I've written a song and we got through and we both just broke down in tears. It was just a really powerful moment of, oh, wow, this actually kind of downloaded through us. And so
it's a powerful song.
it's called Spirit's Prayer. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's error, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Simple little song.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being with us this morning on Wake Up with Consciousness Cafe. And thank you for sharing your music with the world. It's helping us to feel that energy of possibility as we move through the shifts. I was talking with Reverend David Leonard, and we were talking about how the normal is abnormal right now. That's it. And it's just like songs like that just help to calm the cells and bring that energy back from the soul. Just pulls you right, grows you right back out from the middle, so to speak.
Yeah.
I love that song. And
I saw this quote from Brene Brown. It's a really quick one. It just popped out at me. It was a longer quote, but the one that really popped out was, she says, normal never was. And so when we talk about returning to normal, what are we talking about? Because really we had the illusion that it was normal, but it's an exciting time in that way because the opportunity is wide open for doing something new. And I'm really happy about what you're doing with SoulCall and how you are encouraging all of us to take the next step and open up even wider and dive into that energy field of, I heard you say on Sunday, just be love. Don't try to be loving or do anything other than just be love in the moment. And so I'm really I'm proud of you and
thank you.
grateful for what you're doing to just encourage all the rest of us to step out a little bigger and with a little more faith that where we are and what we're doing is just exactly where we're supposed to be.
I love you so much. Thank you.
I love
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for joining us for Soul Sessions tonight. You'll be there. And Gary Lynn Floyd, what is your website? We're going to send people to pick up your music, check you out.
GaryLynnFloyd.com. It's very easy. And right now, my CDs are just available for free download during this time. So anybody who wants to just go there, just go and grab what you want.
You've got one of the most powerful music ministries out there, and I'm honored to call you friend. Thank you for your heart, for your brilliance, and the way you show up in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you. Many blessings.
I love you.
Gary Lynn Floyd, I love you too. So we'll see you next time, next Wednesday, on Wisdom Wednesdays, Wake Up Call with the Consciousness Cafe. Once again, I'm Lisa Ferraro. To learn more about us, join us at SoulCallMinistries.org. And if you'd like to donate to keep this kind of a message going, we contribute those donations to building our conscious global community, where this confluence of culture and cross-pollination of consciousness is possible as we grow the outer edge of what our immediate reality is. Sending you off with much love and many blessings. Till next time.
Love you.